This time by race fans, we ask you for a third time this afternoon to stand up and wave these drivers off. We're ready for 30 laps of action. It is the Vore's Compact Touring Series at Lucas Oil Raceway in Indianapolis this afternoon. Solid field of starters today. 26 scheduled starters with point leader Gary Eaton looking for the championship. He's on the pole position. Can he hold off the very fast Dan Irvine and the 27 from the Vore starting position? Cars 2 by 2 by 2. Front of the field to the back of the field. A lot of times with the Vore's Compact Touring Series, you'll see him go 3 wide, 4 wide, 5 wide on the opening starts. The invert wasn't quite as big as what we see at a lot of races. They can invert as many as 13. Today, just an invert of 4 from qualifying. Might not see quite as much 4 and 5 wide moves on the first lap or so, but we're going to find out. Justin Brown, the flagman for the Vore's Compact Touring Series, a former front runner in the series. Green flag is out. We are underway and already 3 wide move. It's going to be Jennings going to the bottom in the 6. As the 17 also moves up deep in the field. Ryan Claiborne, we've got him 3 and 4 wide heading into the first turn. So we saw some drivers deep in the pack making those moves. And up front, leading the way, Bo Crawford from the outside of row number 1. In the race lead. Fast qualifier Dan Irvine has moved into second. Point leader Gary Eaton Jr. still riding around the apron of the racetrack. He'll drop in line in third now. Several car links back in the 4th spot. Point runner-up Ron Masters in the 7C. First of 30 laps complete. And the Lawrence towing 30 and for the lead already. Dan Irvine so fast this weekend, and Irvine for the number 1 position is going to take over. It was a short battle. It was a short war. And right now the 27 of Irvine going to try to build himself up a huge advantage over this field and put this one out of reach early. Irvine running a little bit lower on the track through 1 and 2 than some of his closest challengers. He won't have any close challenge if he continues to click off laps like he has all weekend long. One off the pace on the front stretch, Nick Lee, and car 23 has slowed back of the field. We've got a few stragglers riding around at the back, and a few laps they'll be moving over for the 27 of Dan Irvine, who is putting up some pretty quick laps right now. Irvine leads the way. Running second, Bo Crawford. Off the pace on the front stretch, the 91 of Brian Slavey. So Irvine leading, Crawford running second, Eaton running in the 3rd spot. Masters has moved from 5th up to 4th right now. And Jennings, Chris Jennings, who started 7th, running in the 5th spot. Just about to be a battle for the 2nd position. Gary Eaton Jr. in car number 18 challenging the 44 of Bo Crawford. Pretty tight racing over in turn 3 as they work around the 91 of Brian Slavey. Eaton just a little bit quicker coming off the 2nd turn than the runner-up in this race, Bo Crawford. But yet to make his move after dropping from the pole starting position back into 3rd. First, second, and third racing their way through turn number 4 right now. Irvine had moved all the way over to the bottom lane through turn 4, and actually second and third closing the gap on Irvine. So once building up a big lead, now he's changing his lanes, kind of looking for a different place to run, and not so sure that's a great idea because they have closed the gap on Dan Irvine. All kinds of smoke on the backstretch. Spillers in the 38. Off to the inside lane on the front straightaway. As off the pace. Big time issues for the 38 car. Just about to the 1/3 mark of the race. Heavy traffic down in 3 for Irvine, who had built up a several car length advantage again, but now it has evaporated. Irvine right along the grass running down in turn 4. He's going to be able to clear the 4X on the front stretch. Marion LeMaster moving over. So, and now another one off the pace. The 17 dropping off the pace. After a pretty good start to the day, Ryan Claiborne having issues. Your leader, car 27, Dan Irvine, top qualifier this weekend. We see Eaton's been able to take second away. But Bo Crawford wanting it back. Second and third place battle coming off of turn 2. It is Irvine leading. Gary Eaton Jr. in second. Bo Crawford is third. Ron Masters running in the 4th spot. Chris Jennings running 5th. Thomas Bigelow in 6th. Ronnie Sutton in the 21 car running 7th. Aaron Teagarden 8th, Ryan Claiborne 9th, and J.R. Vester is 10th. .38 car that we lost earlier in the race was that of Josh Richardson. Richardson was the 38 that dropped out. The other 38 car still rolling around the speedway in Spillers. We are coming off of turn number 4, coming to the cross flags. Dustin Brown giving the cross flag, signifying halfway. We're 15 laps in, 15 laps to go. And leading the way is the orange and white number 27 of Irvine. He's halfway down the backstretch. He has Gary Eaton Jr. in second. 44 of Bo Crawford in third. Running in the 4th spot in turn 3, Ron Masters and Chris Jennings not far behind in 5th. Claiborne still riding around the bottom lane as a number of drivers over the last couple of laps going down circuits to the 27 of Dan Irvine. Going to be a tight squeeze there coming off of 2 as Irvine's able to make it through between Claiborne and another lap car. Eaton's trying to stay within striking distance. Gary Eaton Jr. in the 18 still running in second, and Bo Crawford running in the 3rd position. Next time around, we'll see 10 to go. Three-car breakaway, and then 4th place. Ron Masters in the 7, kind of boxed in currently as he heads off into turn 3. 10 laps to go as he crosses the line. Off of the 4th corner will be the 27 of Irvine. Final 10. .38 of Larry Hughes making the left turn down into the infield. Looks like he's done for the day. Irvine extending his lead. It's comfortable right now. The distance ahead of the 18 of Eaton. .23 laps complete. Leader exiting turn number 2. The top 3 turning pretty equal lap times right now. Irvine having a few slower cars in front of him to work by. He's going to use the inside lane to do it. It's the 123 of Adam Lee. Goes to the high side. Cars all around this Lucas Oil Raceway during the running of the Lawrence Towing 30, Vore's Compact Touring Series. Dan Irvine, 5 more laps to go. Irvine, 5 to go, and threads the needle on the front stretch. Spillers along the outside retaining wall. Another car to the bottom lane. And final 4 laps coming up for Irvine. If air stays in the tires, stays out of trouble, Irvine looks like he's on his way to victory this afternoon. Lead is comfortable over the 18 of Gary Eaton Jr. Working around the Spillers 38 machine. It was the team car, the other 38 of Richardson, that had problems earlier in the race. Another good point day for Gary Eaton Jr., who led the standings coming in. Oh, and an issue on the front stretch. One of our top competitors. I think it was Masters with smoke coming out of his number 7 machine. Masters is slow in the outside lane of turn number 2, needs to get down, and now may not have an opportunity. Jennings going to be able to get by him. Here comes Bigelow as Masters is slow on the top side down the backstretch. Sound like it jumped out of gear on the front straightaway. 2 to go signal given to the field. Masters still riding around at the top of the track, now has a chance to get down and isn't. So he's going to be a caution, I think, as he rides around the top of the track. They're able to get by him on the front stretch. He's still rolling. Masters has a chance to get down. He will get down on this white flag lap. The leader, Dan Irvine, in the 27, making his way into turn 3. The top qualifier, fastest again today in warm-up session. And Chesterton, Indiana's Dan Irvine to the victory off of turn 4 in the Vore's Compact Touring Series. Lawrence towing 30 here this afternoon for the McGonigal Engine Performance Fall Brawl.
Attention down the pit area. All equipment cannot be moved until after the completion of the last race of the day. All pit equipment cannot be moved until after the last race of the day. Also, the 78 team, if you would, please stop where you're at. All equipment needs to stay in their pit stalls until the end of racing today. Thank you. The 27, Dan Irvine picks up the win. 18, Gary Eaton comes home in second. The 44, Bo Crawford third. 6, Chris Jennings in fourth. The 4, Tommy Bigelow finishes in fifth. The 21, Ronnie Sutton sixth. 24, Aaron Teagarden seventh. 31, J.R. Vester is eighth. 04, Donnie Bigelow comes home in ninth. And the 38, Ryan Spillers rounds out the top 10.